So this is Woodward Farm, and I actually started out as doing a processing. I do jams and jellies and salsas, and so I wanted to have a commercial kitchen for that so I could sell it statewide. And I was talking to a friend who works at NDSU at the Research Center, and she said, you know, we need someone to cater. And I'm like, well, I know how to cook. Back up a little bit, when I was in college, I worked for NDSU for the food service. And so I kind of knew how to do, you know, the big portions, and I grew up with a big family of 8 too, so, you know, we had big portions there. So I just discovered that I like serving for groups. It's a lot of fun. I must tell you my potato story, because that's the best. So, you know, when you're, you know, make like mashed potatoes, especially if you do it for a family, you cook them, you mash them, then you serve them right away, like at Thanksgiving, whatever. Well, I had a big group, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna cook these potatoes in the early afternoon, just let them sit on the burner, and then I'll mash them right before the event. And I'd never done this before, but I thought it would work. So I did that, big, huge pot, took them to the event, and I tried to mash them, and they were gluten. They were just glue. It was awful. I had to serve them because, oh, it's terrible. So now I've learned that you cook them, mash them, and then put them in a roaster, and they'll be just fine. And boy, what a life lesson. I mean, I'm usually very proud of my product. I was not proud of my glue that day. And part of my thing was I wanted to be farm to table. I mean, I think I was farm to table before farm to table was a thing, and that way too, I know where my chain of, you know, comes from, and so I grow almost all my product. If I don't grow it, I get it from the neighbor, or I get it from the fruit people that come around, or, you know, so I know where it comes from. My jams and stuff. I know I can probably buy some exotic fruit, but I like that I make a product that comes from North Dakota, because I want people to buy choke cherry jelly and Juneberry syrup, things that we're just used to that other people don't have. So I have a lot of women's groups that come out here, like the Red Hat Ladies, or just a group of like birthday clubs. They'll come out here, and they can either come in here or they can go to the man cave and have a bar kind of thing, and I'll give them a meal and popcorn, and they can bring their own drinks, and they have a place where they can just hang out and spend time. Or I do weddings up to 400. I love this job because no 2 days are ever alike. And I mean, I cannot think of a time where I've had. So most days, you know, well, it depends. If there's a catering, a day starts pretty early because I make all my own breads and stuff. Like today's buns are from scratch for the hamburgers. So if I've got to do that, then the day is probably around 5 o'clock. But if it's a regular day, it's, you know, 6:37. I try to do something every day with my business. And that also might be outside too, in my garden, because that is my business too. When I process, I like to do 12 dozen at a time for one day. So I mean, that day will start early, and I will go, you know, till 8 o'clock at night, till everything is through the canner and processed. So some days are really long, and some days I do bookwork. I mean, but that's why I like this job, because it is an adventure every day.